for the moms out there that are getting ready to start potty training, what's the number one thing of their mindset that where does it need to be?
Everything can be cleaned.
Oh, good one.
Oh,
there are good. Clorox wipes. It is fine. You know, when we have our first child, we're like, don't let them out in public without a bow. And oh my gosh, if they spit up or have a blowout. And this is not the season for that.
Yeah, that's right.
To be honest, everything could be clean. And they're learning. It's potty training. Mm-hmm. So they're learning, we're learning. And so really just patience and stock up on the Clorox wipes.
Yeah.
Not the Costco.
Everything can be clean. That's going to be our theme for today. Everything can be clean.
Yes.
Welcome to Wire Talk. Today our discussion is going to center around potty training. So all of you moms out there that are struggling on the potty training bus, you need to be listening. Grab a cup of coffee, get a cup of tea. Let's sit down and jump into it.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Wire Talk. I'm your host, Emily, and with me today, as always, is my wonderful mom, Karen. Hello, Mom.
Hello, Emily. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. I had this great intro, and you stopped me, so I had to get back into it.
Sorry.
You know, it's okay. It's okay.
I know.
I'll move past it. Short accounts. But anyways, I'm really, really looking forward to having Christine on the podcast with us today. And she is a new face for the Birds on a Wire moms, and I can't wait to hear what she has to say to all of us today.
Yes, Christine is amazing, and she is going to be talking about potty training, which we've never really talked about potty training on a full episode, I don't believe.
I know.
So today we're all in for a treat. Listen, y'all, she has potty trained 17 children. Mm-hmm. So I told her, I said, you're the expert. We're going to have you on, and this is going to be amazing.
Well, what's crazy is our worlds have totally collided. I first met Christine when I was teaching.
Oh, wow.
She was the PTA president. And she's like, I love your mom. I was like, me too.
That's so funny.
And so then now we're all at the same church, and she's now like a head volunteer in the church, and that's kind of how you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you've already known her, but anyways, and she was talking about potty training, and you're like, done. You're going to come on the podcast.
I did. I told her.
But
in the nursery.
She's a little nervous, so we got to give her a warm Wire Talk welcome. That's a lot of W's.
Warm Wire Talk welcome. Yeah.
So anyways, it's going to be really practical and encouraging, and you can do this, mamas. You can do this.
That's right. Let's go.
Well, welcome to Wire Talk. Christine, we're so excited you're here with us today. I'm so excited you're talking about the dreaded potty training. But before we go into that, give us a little bit about you, how many kids, what you do, what do you love? Tell us about yourself.
Oh, my goodness. The whole podcast can just be about me.
That's right. Let's do it. I love it.
I am originally from New York. I moved down here to Georgia when I was 10, raised in Roswell. Got my first job in childcare at Young Life Academy. Shout out to them. And that's where I fell in love with preschoolers and all their sweet little personalities.
Aww. Yes.
And I continued on to move to Cumming, start a family. I have a 20-year-old daughter, Mackenzie, and 15 and 17-year-old boys. For a living, I babysit teachers' children.
I love that.
She's the best.
In your home.
In my home. I have a little preschool. It used to be in my home. Now it's kind of on the run as it's dwindled. So I get to take them on field trips and to the library and just like being a toddler mom again. You know, I just love the preschool years. So much fun. Mm-hmm. So much fun.
Well, Christine, we're just going to dive in because all these moms out there that are ready to potty train their kids, they want to hear everything you have to say. Before we do, though, I want to ask you, how many kids have you potty trained?
I think it's up to 15 or 17.
I think it's 17.
It's impressive.
And I still have one more to go.
Okay. So, and I say I think it's 17.
Going to be a challenge. So we're kind of waiting until she gives us a little more cues.
Okay. We were just talking about how this all came about. Is I volunteer at our nursery at church, and Christine is the extraordinary volunteer at the church. She's like the head person. I'm just a peon.
Second.
She's the head. And she was just talking about, I got to potty train 3 kids this week, and I knew you had older kids. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? I don't understand this. So then she was like, at the time, I've potty trained 15, and these will be I think you said 17, whatever. But anyways, I got that number in my head, 17. And I came back, and I told the producer, Katie, I said, we got to have her on the podcast. She's got to tell all the moms her tricks and trade, because I don't remember, to be quite honest. I remember the highlights of it, but I don't remember exactly what to do. So what for the moms out there that are getting ready to start potty training, what's the number one thing of their mindset that where does it need to be?
Everything can be cleaned.
Oh, good one.
Oh,
there are good. Clorox wipes. It is fine.
Yeah.
Everything is fine. You know, when we have our first child, we're like, don't let them out in public without a bow. And oh my gosh, if they spit up or have a blowout. And this is not the season for that.
Yeah, that's right.
To be honest, everything could be clean. And they're learning. It's potty training. Mm-hmm. So they're learning. We're learning. Mm-hmm. And so really just patience and stock up on the Clorox wipes.
So when you say you're waiting for this next one to show you some more cues, what are the cues that you're looking for?
So she will go potty in her diaper and then not tell anybody.
Right. Because she doesn't want to be changed or whatever.
She does not bother her. Mm-hmm. So usually like a 2-year-old can be trained. You just have to, lots of M&Ms.
Yes. Yeah.
Toys, whatever. If you're going to have a blue personality, they're going to, like going back, you're always talking about personality colors feed into that. Like a yellow is going to be like, this is the jam. I got M&Ms all day. I'm going to get a toy at the end of the week. Yeah. A red personality is going to give you a little more pushback. So just, play to that. Blue, they're going to cry if they have an accident. So be prepared. Messy. Right, for that. So I just potty trained one that was like that and gets nervous, if we're out.
Pay attention to their colors and their cues, and are they interested in it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah. All my children were potty trained at 18 to 20 months.
Okay.
Which is young, but I was a stay-at-home mom, so I committed to being at home and just working on it. And of course, as I had more children, the older children were cheering them on. That helps a lot. By the time they're like getting close to 3, they know that they're doing it. They're hiding. They're saying like, go away, don't watch me. Even younger, they could be doing that at 2 years old.
Oh, yeah.
So that's definitely when you're like, okay, we need to.
It's time.
Let's get this show on the road.
Well, and Kelsey would hide. She would go. She was potty trained very early with number 1, but it was number 2. And she would go in another room and stand in the corner and then do her biz and then just be like, I poopy, mommy. And I'm like, oh, hey, yeah. So, those are your cues.
Yes, definitely.
So when they are showing you that they're ready, do you think there's differences between boys and girls or just child to child?
I think that's both. You both have multiple children, as do I. All of our children are different. Now, boys, I don't know if this is inappropriate to say, boys are a lot easier in the springtime.
Yes.
Summer, fall, go water that bush outside. Yeah. All that, for the number 1. And then again, that's a game. It's fun. They love it. Now, as you start potty training other people's children, you don't exactly want them going home and going in the front yard, and all that. So it's a little bit different. But I bought like a baby urinal. And you could put it on the wall. So they love that. Boys like throwing goldfish in the potty, like for
and trying to hit it.
Practice.
I wasn't ready for that from going from a girl to a boy was the aim. I was like, oh, wow, it's everywhere.
Yeah. Bless it.
But again, everything can be clean.
Wipes. Not the Costco.
Everything can be clean. That's going to be our theme for today. Everything can be clean.
Yes. And then girls 9 times out of 10, they want to please you. They want, it's time that they're spending with you, that you're their mama, and all that. So girl, I will say it's a little bit easier. You do have some strong-willed ones.
Sure.
But the one that I was talking about, she's the 4th child also. So she's the baby. So she doesn't feel like that's necessary to go in the potty like everybody else does. Whatever. That's not for me. I don't need that in my life.
That's hilarious.
So what are your secrets? Like, tell us the nitty gritty. What is the step-by-step process? Because I remember with Harper, I was like setting a timer every 5 minutes and she was getting so mad. And Mom was like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. That's what Google told me to do. So,
and I told Emily, you're asking her way too much.
Yes. And she was getting mad at me. So obviously I didn't do that with Grayson.
And again, with her strong personality, you don't want this to be a reverse and then her decide this is not for me.
Right. So teach us like we're kindergartners. Give us a step-by-step on how you do this.
Okay. Well, I wrote down like 3 things.
Okay.
Equip, encourage, and empower.
Oh, I love that.
So you want to be prepared. buy the treats, take them to the store, let them pick out their big boy underwear, like put the diapers away, put the pull-ups away. Like that's just overnight probably to start in the beginning, but don't let them see that we're going backwards. We're going forward. You can do this. This is going to be great. You know, again, I said like a Clorox wipes, potty seats, the toddler urinal that you can attach to the wall is fun. Encourage, really like, you know, mommy doesn't wear a diaper. Daddy poops in the potty. I mean, all conversations we would never think we would have.
Yes, that's right.
Before children. But, you know, just encourage them. Older siblings, like I said, maybe friends' kids who are already potty trained. When you go to the park, the library, just like, it's going to be okay. This is great, you know? And empower them. Every win is a win. Celebrate big. No matter if it's like just a small pee-pee or whatever, celebrate them. Show them that they're doing a great job and that, you know, high fives and all that. So, and okay, now we're down to the nitty-gritty. You pretty much, you want them to be naked. Yeah. I mean, t-shirt is fine. You want them to be able to feel what they're doing. And then again, rush them to the potty or sit on the potty with them. Spend a few hours in the morning, bring the iPad or just books or coloring. Give them a lot of juice, a lot of water. So that way they can get to really feel what it's like to sit on the potty and what it's like to go TT and, you know, and eventually move up to poop. Pooping is really hard. And then once they really figure it out, the feeling and stuff, then they get nervous. They're like, oh, I have to get to the potty because I don't want to mess.
Yeah, that's right.
And again, that's a huge thing. Buy a big toy, put it on the mantle. Say, oh, when you go poop in the potty, you get this toy and, you know, really encouraging them, really play it up, really make it fun.
That's exciting.
You know.
So you say buy the toy before they've gone poop on a potty and like let them see it. So this is what I'm working towards.
Yes.
That's
prepared. Have a conversation. Just like when you go on an airplane, you're not just going to take them to the airport. You know, you're going to go there. You're going to talk to them about it, show them videos maybe. You know, things like that.
Let them know what's coming.
Let them know what's coming and that they can do it.
Okay. Smart. So give us your biggest don't do this whenever you're potty training. What are the biggest mistakes parents make?
Not making it fun.
So
make it
too
fun.
serious about it.
Yes, or they get nervous, or oh, you pooped on the couch. Oh, you TT'd on the floor. You know,
or you made a mess.
Yeah, you know, and it's like really be again, like I said, be in the mindset. Like this is in the long scheme of things, having teenagers and a 20-year-old daughter. There are bigger battles that we
That's right. I love that. I love that.
And don't go back. Don't be like, oh, Jane and Sue are going to the apple orchard today. Like, let's just put a diaper on her and let's go. Like, really commit because it's kind of a, gosh, I know sometimes Karen's like, I'm stepping on your toes, mamas. Yeah. And I don't want to step on your toes. Everybody wants to have fun.
Christine, they got to have it. Tell them the hard stuff.
I know. You got to commit to the 3 to 7 days. Just commit. Be there for them. Encourage them, you know, and then high five yourself, you know. When you put them to bed at night, this is a win for you too. Yeah. You know, treat yourself to something on Amazon or.
That's right. That's right. You know, that's what I always tell people. It's more of the mom's mindset than the child's mindset.
Yes.
The mom has to realize, okay, this is going to be a hard week. You know, we're going to have lots of accidents. I'm going to be home a lot because until they get into the groove of it, you really need to limit your outs.
Yes.
Because they are not used to the toilet at TJ Maxx or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's going to be, you're in the grind of being a stay-at-home mom kind of thing. Or even if you're working, it's going to be the weekend. It's going to be a lot of staying home.
Yes.
So you got to get in the right mindset.
Yes.
And I did the same thing. I went to the store. Let them pick out, do you want princess panties? Do you want this? Do you want that? You know, and they loved that. And then they loved wearing the panties. And even the first time they wore the panties and they got them wet, they didn't want to mess up their panties.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Greg did tell me, stop calling Taylor's underwear panties. And I said, oh, I guess you're right.
Poor guy. I mean, we're in an all-female house.
Men's underwear, Mom.
I know. Sorry about that. So, yeah. Okay, that's awesome.
During the month of November, our hearts are especially full of gratitude for you, our listeners, and for every person who supports Birds on a Wire. Because of your generosity, moms all over the world are finding truth, encouragement, and practical help for their parenting journey.
Karen and the Birds on the Wire team became the mothering voice, that God blessed me with after having my first child shortly after losing my own mother. Being an only child, I was lost, overwhelmed, and felt so alone. How could this experience of motherhood be so hard and lonely? Karen and the Birds on the Wire team were my support system, my daily reminder God was with me, and my virtual group of champions. Even from afar, Karen walked with me, and she reminded me of the truth. Motherhood is hard, but with God, through Birds on a Wire, by your side, virtual or otherwise, you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved. That's why giving to Birds on a Wire is a no-brainer. No matter how small, the blessing of God's love through Karen and Birds on a Wire is such a gift to mothers everywhere. And I know I'm helping spread the comfort and the love I received. Thank you, Karen, Emily, and the team at Birds on a Wire for everything you've done for me.
Stories like that remind us why we do what we do. And they're made possible by the friends and supporters who give to keep this ministry going. If you'd like to be part of our support team, you can join us today by visiting boaw.mom/give. That's boaw.mom/give. Now let's get back to the show.
Well, what about, like, you've got your stay-at-home moms but what about the moms who they pick the kids up from daycare? So how do you bridge that gap between daycare and home? How do you encourage those moms?
Those are your resources.
Mm-hmm.
They're with your child the majority of the day. There's going to be things that I do that home, my friends aren't going to do, so it's like, and it also works out like, well, Miss Teen, they call me Miss Teen, Miss Teen doesn't do that, or, what the rules of Miss Teen say. And, so it's like, it's good that they revert back to me at home.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with daycare. So you're like, oh, what's Miss Amy do? Like what works for them? Do they go number 2 after snack time or whatever? And, kind of get their schedule down and lean into them as a resource because they're with your child for the majority of the day.
They're your team. So be
part of the team. It takes a village. I mean, as we have all said.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you tell the moms that they've had initial success, but now their child is regressing? What do you tell them?
Start back at fresh,
Mm-hmm.
Start back with the no panties. Maybe we've been out too much or treats aren't their thing. Again, play into their color personality.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're like, I don't need candy corn or, know, M&Ms, like whatever. I just don't want to do this, but there's something works for be a student of your child. You're always saying that as well. So be a student of your child, something is going to work and just stick with it because it is training. It does. Some kids, are trained in 3 days. Some kids are trained in 3 months. So again, be prepared when you go out. Buy, a collapsible potty seat for the potty at TJ Maxx. Or, make sure you don't leave the house with an extra set of clothes like back in the newborn days when you never know what's coming.
Yeah, that's right.
So again, just be prepared. Let them know it's okay but this is what's going to happen. They're not going to be a senior in high school and not potty trained.
That's true.
That is what I tell all the moms. Are they still going to be sucking their thumb when they're 18? No.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But
yeah, exactly.
I'm going to throw 2 questions at you that are not on the list.
Okay.
So here we go. What about kids who they do know how to potty train, but they have accidents as like out of defiance? Have you ever had that in your sweet little daycare area?
I have not.
Okay.
Because again, I'm a daycare. So, or, a teacher or whatever.
They want to please you.
They want to please me. I'm fun, I'm not their parents. That's another perk. Like if someone else is potty training your kid, you are golden.
Yeah, that's right. Because they do want to please.
Yes. And then all their friends are there. So if all their friends are doing it,
right.
But if you're a stay-at-home mom and they're doing things out of defiance,
I always say don't give in to a defiant child because it's just going to make them worse.
Yes.
And it's just going to take them twice as long to get there. So if they poop in their pants, they poop in their pants. and then but they don't put them back in that diaper.
Right.
Once you decide, now I will say this. I started you early before you were 2 because Kelsey potty trained before she was 2. You were not ready. Emily was not ready at 2. She was not giving me any clues. I just decided, she's going to do it, because Kelsey did it.
Right.
But this is the most laid back child on the planet, and she was not interested. So I put the diaper back on her, and then she woke up one morning and she was dry. And I'm like, you're ready. I don't care what we're doing today. We're potty training.
Getting it done.
So I placed you, I took off your diaper, just like Christine said. I gave you tons of juice, and I had all your books around you, and I just sat you down on the potty, and we read books and read books and read books. And Emily says, I want to get up, Mommy. I want my diaper. And I said, no, we're not getting up. And you had like a little ring around your bottom.
Yes.
But she finally went. And
I know.
Yeah.
Very proud of myself.
And then that was it. She was done. I mean, she had one mistake other than the initial, and that was it. But the defiance, I would just say keep plugging forward, unless you know in your heart you started them too early.
Yes. And I will say, I mean, I hate this, but equals discipline.
It does.
You know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you're doing. We're not going to do that. So, then you get into a discipline side of it. And unless they're truly not ready. But if this child is being defiant, they are ready. They know what they're doing.
Well, and the older they are, that's usually when they get into the defiance.
So the younger that they are, the easier it is to start. So by the time they're 3, it's too old, because then you're going to have a lot of that pushback. You're going to have a lot of that. I'm playing on the playground. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get into that more defiant situation.
Yeah.
3-nager, as I call it.
Yes.
Yeah. And I have to say, when I started you were before 2. And then when you finally did potty train, you were 2.5.
Yeah.
And just that 6 months made a huge difference. But you were before 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think just keep plugging forward. But if I do always try to suggest to moms, I try to do it before they're 3.
Yes.
Because I think that gets tricky.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does. It definitely does.
With Harper, I started too early. And then I also started right before a vacation. It
Oh.
was really not smart because we went down to Statesboro, and I was like, what was I thinking? We have a 3-hour car ride down to whatever. Anyways, so then I stopped, and about 3 months later, I started back up, and she got it just
No
like
problem.
that. I think the key that I'm hearing both of you say, and I potty trained 2, so not 17, but 2, is you
Two's
need
a win.
That's
two's
right.
a win. That's right.
Celebrate the wins.
That's
Emily.
right. Is you need the time and the patience to do it.
Yes.
And don't be like, we're going to do it in 24 hours. We're going
And then go to Disney for the weekend.
Yes, you've got. I hear that, Christine. I hear that. But I hear what you're saying is like you need the time to do it well and not have anything on your calendar for at least 3 days.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'd give yourself a week.
Yes. I would definitely give yourself a week.
Focused attention.
Focus, zeroed in.
Yes.
I love it.
You're always saying again, I just always revert back to you and your wiseness.
Well,
but
thank you.
You were made for this child. This child was made for you.
Yes.
And, this is your path and it's going to be fine. It's going to be great.
That's right. It is.
Do you normally give your kids you've potty trained a timer, or do you just since they're naked, they're just going,
I try and do it every 30 minutes.
Okay.
Initially,
Not every
the first
5 minutes.
Not
like
every
I did.
5 minutes.
Got it. That's what you're saying. Got
Every 30 minutes, because you'll usually catch it in between there. You might not, but then at least you get the time. And then honestly, you're busy playing or not, so as a mom, you get distracted. And so it's like, it's nice to have that constant timer going. So that way, again, they don't feel like they're failing, that you're reminding, and they're like, oh, the timer, time to go to the potty. M&M time.
Yeah.
Candy corn. I have candy corn at my house right now. And even though the one is completely potty trained, every time she comes out, she's like, can I have candy corn?
Yeah.
That sounds like
Miss
great time.
Teen can't eat all this candy corn herself. So yes.
I love that.
I got one more question about potty training.
Go
ahead.
So at 30 minutes, do you make them sit on the potty?
Yes.
Or, okay, so you
Even
make
if
them.
they don't go.
Even if they don't go, you
And
sit
that's
on the
still-
potty, sit
that's
there
still
for
a
5
win.
minutes.
Okay.
Sit there for 5 minutes, read one book.
Okay.
And then see if we're going. And then if not, then set the timer again.
Okay,
Okay.
so let's say they go. Now, you don't do another 30 minutes.
Yes.
You give them a little bit longer?
No, every 30 minutes. And they're constantly drinking juice, water, or flavor the water, like those little packets or whatever, something fun that they want to drink or, and have buy them a fun cup, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And do you do
Potty training is sounding expensive, guys, but you could go to the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, that's right.
No, it's helpful because, it's just, the Dollar Tree is a huge win.
Yes.
You don't have to make it that expensive. Just take them somewhere to find something fun.
Yes.
So 30 minutes for the first 3 days or just for the first day?
I think for the first day.
Okay.
And then you start figuring out, kind of their schedule, like kind of their poop schedule, and then it's a lot easier to kind of figure out the day.
What about for the little one who's scared to poop on the potty? Like they'll go pee pee, that's fine, but poop is just so scary.
And that is many children. Do not. That is when maybe you don't do the potty seat. Like you get just the tiny potty that sits on the floor.
Okay.
Start there.
That's what I did.
And then that's much easier. And then it's not splashing, because the flushing is really splashing,
scary.
the flushing. It is very scary. And if they're 20 months old, or 22 months old, it is a small child. So, you want to have the potty accessible everywhere. When my boys were potty training, there was potties in my living room, in my kitchen, in the hallway, upstairs.
Everywhere potties.
Everywhere
Well,
potties.
I will say this. If they are going to hide, that's actually can work in your favor because if you get a mid-poop and it's just sort of hanging, then you just put them real quick on the potty chair, the little one, and it just will drop. And then you say, yay, look, you did it. And once they realize that they did it and nothing bad happened, and now they're getting it's so wonderful, it takes away the fear.
Yes. And the fear is the hardest hump to get over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did that with one of mine.
With Harper, we would leave preschool. Normally we'd go over to mom's house. And she would want to poop. She would be like, I want a diaper. Because she'd go all day in preschool with underwear on. And then she'd want a diaper because she wanted to poop. So then one day mom was out of diapers. I was like, I don't have any diapers. You did have them. But I was like, I don't have any diapers. She's like, I have to go right now. And I'm like, Mimi doesn't have any. It's all Mimi's fault. And she's like, I got to go right now. And then she did. But once that one time she did it, she was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once they see that they can do it, the fear's gone.
Yes. Yes. That's with many things in life as a toddler.
That's right.
What about the automatic flushers in toilets when you're out and about? Any tips on that? Because those are scary.
They are very scary, but you're there with them. I'm here with you. It's okay. It's not like you're okay. Close the door. Tell me when you're done.
Yeah.
Like you're in there with them, but it is scary. You just have to bring your treats. Hold their hand.
Yes.
Yeah. I used to get down and hold their little hands like, I got you.
Yeah.
You're not going to fall. I got you. You're right here.
Oh, little buddies. They're so cute. Well, thank you so much for talking
Thanks
about.
for coming in.
You should have
This
read
is a dream come true, you guys.
Yes.
We've known each other for so long.
I know.
And now our
It's
worlds
so
collide.
fun.
So I love it.
Well, I tell you, as soon as I heard you talking about it at church, I was like, oh,
I thought you were
podcast.
joking at first.
I
And I was
know.
like, no, there's no way. And then I was telling my husband, he's like, really? You talk about potty training on the
Yeah,
podcast? And I'm
listen,
like,
this is gonna
moms
be-
need all the wisdom.
This is
That's
going to
right.
be golden. This is a big deal for moms. It's scary for them too.
It is. It is, especially
Yeah.
a first child.
Yes.
You never know. Listen, by the time you have that third one, professional.
That's right.
That's right.
Emily's going to have no problems
That's right.
with it.
Ellie's going to be like, let's go.
Let's do this.
Well, any lasting encouraging words for the moms who are out there that are in the thick of it, maybe day 1, 2, or 3 that are in potty training world?
Buy yourself a treat, mama.
There
That's
you go.
right.
That's
Buy
a
yourself
good-
a treat.
I
You
love
deserve it, and you can do hard things.
There you go.
You got it.
That's right.
You got
Love it.
Perfect. That is 2 podcasts of the month of November that were saying we can do hard things.
That's right.
Oh, you say that all the time.
That's
I'm always
right.
like, I've listened to all the podcasts.
I love
Over
it.
500 podcasts. I'm like, I feel bad. I keep just referring back
love
to you,
it.
like,
No,
that's what
okay.
you say. And
Thank you, Christy.
whatever. But
Yes.
mamas who follow you and who love and adore you, I'm like, yes, revert back to her wisdom as well,
Well,
It can be in so many aspects.
I'm
Yes.
just old.
No.
That's called seasoned.
Okay.
Well, from 3 seasoned moms, thank you for joining us today, and we will see you next week on Wire Talk.